First, let's look at how we can change some of the basic elements on the website, like the text, the buttons, the images, or the background. For example, to change any text, all we have to do is click on the text element we want to change, then click on the pen icon and make our changes. Now, if you have a hard time coming up with a good headline for your website, you can use the integrated AI feature to help you with that. All we have to do is click on the AI icon right here and enter what type of headline you're looking for. I'm going to enter headline for a wedding photographer website and click enter. And now it says capturing love, your story beautifully told through our lens. I think that's pretty good for this kind of website. So let's delete this part here. And I do want to have this on 2 rows. So I'm just going to stretch out the text element just a little bit to the right and also to the left. And now I have this nice headline in the center. And now if you want to make some more changes to this text element, we can just select it and then use this bar here at the top to make changes. Like we can make it bold or we can make it italic. We can also underline the text here. We can add a link. We can change the alignment here to the left side, to the right side, or to the center. And here we have some more options. Now I've just used the same method to also come up with a subheading. And next I want to make changes to this button here. So first let's select it and then click on the pen icon. Now first I'm going to change the text from learn more to contact. And then as we can see, this button is currently linked to the about page, which means that when people click on it, it will take them to the about page. But now it says contact. So I want to take people to the contact page. So let's edit this and click on the cross and then select the contact page. So now people will be taken to the contact page when they click on this button. We can also look at the design for this button by clicking on design. Currently it's set to primary button and to fill. Now fill just means that we can make this button as large as we want. So we can drag it here to the left and to the right to make it even larger. Or we can set it to fit, which means that it will just fit the text that is inside of this button. So when we set it to fit, then we can just make this element larger, but the button will stay the same because it will just be fitted to the text that is inside of the button. Now I'm going to set it back to fill. And now we have to actually drag this out to make this button larger again. And then we have some different button styles. So currently it's set to primary. We can also choose secondary to just have this outline here, or the tertiary to just have the text. But I'm going to go back to primary. So now we've made some changes to these headlines and the button down here, but I don't like where these elements are positioned. I want them to be more in the center and I want to have this section be a bit larger as well. So I'm going to hover over this section and then down here we can see this arrow icon. We can just click, hold and drag this to the bottom to increase the size of this section. Then to move around the different elements, we can just click, hold and drag them to any position inside of these grid lines right here. So these grid lines basically help us to make sure all of the elements are correctly aligned to each other and also to the entire page. So I'm going to put this right here and then I'm going to move this up as well. And then the button, I would say we're going to leave this right here.